Hi, my name is Shreya. In this video, we're going to be talking about compilers and interpreters. So let's get to it. There are two types of programming language. The first one is a compiled language, and the other one is a interpreted languages. So let's talk about compiled languages. These are essentially some examples of this could be Java, C++, C. And essentially what these languages do is that they use a special kind of software called a compiler. This compiler takes the source code that was written and converts it into a bytecode. And then to run that bytecode, we use another kind of special software called an executor. This executor will basically take the bytecode as input, and then it will basically run anything that you wanted your source code to. And then the other type of language is an interpreted language. Essentially, as the name says, interpreted languages take the source code and they interpret it at the runtime. So they execute at the runtime. One example of this is Python. Use the Python interpreter, and when you run your source code, it basically uses that Python interpreter and executes it at the runtime. All errors and things will be only executed at the runtime and be clarified then. So now let's see these two in action. I'm going to go to Visual Studio Code, and I will give an example in Python, which is an interpreted language, and Java, which is a compiled language. So right here, I've got my Visual Studio Code app, and I will open our file. So let's folder. All right, so now I've got my source code app, which I'll basically explain right now. We're first creating a class called Hello World. Inside that, we have a main function. So anytime that the compiler is running, it basically looks for the main language, the main function first, and then it does that. So inside our main function, we have basically just to print a hello world. All right, so now just to see how these work on the background, I'm going to use a terminal. And let's see, I'm first going to change my directory to this file. So change directory of Visual Studio Code / Java. And now I'm just going to see if my files are here. So alrighty. So as you can see, my hello world.java is here. And I'm basically now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this into a bytecode and then I'm going to run it. So the thing that you do to change this into bytecode is I use Java C, which the C basically stands for compiler. So basically this will compile our source code into a bytecode. So then Java C and then the file name, which is hello world Java. All right, so then it's basically processing that. And actually we have an error, which is the semicolon. So Java expects a semicolon to be there. So this kind of shows how we have all our errors shown at the compile time. So now I'm just going to put my semicolon back. And let's try that again. So let's see. Yep, they're still there. I'm just going to quickly save this. Yeah, they're still there. And now hello world dot Java. Hello world dot Java. And I'm going to do a Java C. There we go. So now it's basically compiling that, and it was successful. Basically, now let's show that list again. And I've got a hello world class and hello world Java. The hello world class basically is my bytecode. The bytecode takes whatever name the class is, which in this case we put hello world. And now if I want to execute this, we are going to use another thing called Java. Here, I'm just going to write my hello world. We don't need the class. So now I will expect to see whatever my source code wanted me to do. And they wanted me to print hello. So hello world, and I got that. Let's do a bit of alteration to our code though now. So I'm going to put an exclamation mark after the hello world. Before, and basically I'm going to run it again. Java of hello world. And as you can see, we did not get that exclamation point again. That is because we didn't compile it again. We didn't do a Java C. We just did a Java. It's the same bytecode. We didn't create a new one. So in order to get that new exclamation point, I'm first going to save this. And I'm going to do Java C of hello world dot Java. And I should hopefully get, yep, I got my code compiled and now it's a bytecode. So now we're going to see that if I did Java of hello world, I'll get the exclamation point. So this basically helps us to see that we always have to compile when we have a new addition to our code. All right, so now that we did a bit of compile languages, let's do a bit of interpreter languages. I'm just going to open up a Python file I have. So there we go. Yeah, and I have this Python file, which basically just is print of hello world with an exclamation point. What we're going to do here is I'm just going to show that all of these things happen, all errors and everything happen with the executor time, the runtime. So all of this code gets at the executor time. So I'm just going to click on this button right here. And as you can see, I got my expected result. I asked to print hello world, and I got a hello world. So another thing that Python does, or all interpreter languages do, is that they basically check for errors at the runtime. So this goes against formatting. So I'm not going to complete my brackets, and I just removed one. And if I were to do it at the running time, which is now, I'll get an error, which says that I expected me to close this, but I never did. So basically this proves that Python and all other interpreter languages only check for errors at the runtime. So let's put that back. And yeah, I got my expected results. So basically in this video, we learned about interpreted languages and compiled languages and how they're similar and different. We learned the process in each. And thank you for watching.